How ancient calendars still control our lives. What if I told you that your morning alarm, your weekend plans, your national holidays, even your New Year's celebration, are controlled by systems invented thousands of years ago? We check our phones for the date without thinking. January, Monday, 2026. But who decided this? Who divided time into months, weeks, and years? Long before smartphones, before clocks, before even paper, ancient civilizations were already designing the structure of your daily life. This is the story of how ancient calendars still control our lives. When time meant survival. For early humans, time wasn't abstract. It meant survival. In ancient Egypt, the flooding of the Nile determined everything: food, economy, stability. Egyptians observed the rising of the star Sirius and built a 365-day solar calendar around it. If they miscalculated the season, crops failed. Meanwhile, in Mesopotamia, the Babylonian Empire studied the moon and created a lunar calendar. They divided the hour into 60 minutes, the minute into 60 seconds. That 60-based system, you still use it every single day. Ancient calendars were not just tools. They were systems of power and prediction. Calendars as tools of power. Controlling time meant controlling society. In ancient Rome, political leaders adjusted the calendar to extend terms of office. Months were renamed after rulers. July for Julius Caesar. August for Augustus. Then came the Julian calendar reform, which standardized the year to 365.25 days. But it wasn't perfect. By the 1500s, the calendar had drifted. So in 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar. 10 days disappeared overnight. And that calendar, with slight adjustments, is still the global standard today. When governments adopted it, they weren't just choosing dates. They were choosing synchronization, trade, diplomacy, global order, sacred time, and spiritual rhythms. Not all calendars were solar. In the Islamic world, the Islamic calendar follows the moon. Months shift through seasons over time. Ramadan moves. Eid moves. Time becomes a spiritual cycle, not a seasonal one. In Maya civilization, priests developed complex calendar systems tracking cosmic cycles. Their long count calendar measured vast eras of time. In 2012, many misunderstood it as predicting the end of the world. It didn't. It marked a new cycle. Ancient calendars didn't just measure time. They gave meaning to it. The hidden calendar in your daily life. Look at your week. Why 7 days? The 7-day week traces back to Babylonian astronomy and later religious traditions. Why do we celebrate New Year on January 1st? Because Roman reforms aligned the year with political office terms. Why do financial quarters divide the year into 4? Because agricultural societies divided the year by seasons. Even your work schedule, 5 days on, 2 days off, is rooted in religious and industrial calendar systems. Your digital calendar app. It's an ancient framework in a modern shell. The psychology of structured time. Calendars don't just organize society. They organize the human mind. They create deadlines, birthdays, anniversaries. They shape memory. Without calendars, history would blur. There would be no before and after. Ancient people realized something powerful. If you structure time, you structure civilization. And once a system works, it rarely disappears. It evolves. Every time you check the date, you are participating in a system older than most religions, empires, and nations.